Welcome to Unleashed with the Patriot Sisters. Buckle up, girl, because we're about to spill that tea just like we did in 1773.
We light the fire under all things politics. And don't worry, social justice warriors, we'll light the fire underneath you too.
Why?
Because we're inclusive.
Prepare to be triggered.
Hey y'all, what's up? And welcome back to another episode of Unleashed with the Patriot Sisters.
That's us.
We have no idea what this episode is about other than the Patriot Mom, aka our mom.
Yeah, our mom. She has like a book or something she wants us to read. I literally have no idea what this is.
She wants us to basically blind react to this book.
So that's what we're going to do. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. So,
Can we have any background on what this is about?
So this is a book from the 1800s.
Okay.
And it applies to today.
Okay, so it's a book from the 1800s and it applies to 2021.
Should anybody listening be anything they need to know?
Okay.
No?
We're going to blind react together. So this is called, I've heard of this. Okay. It's called The Emperor's New Clothes. Have you heard of that book before? I've heard of it.
Maybe I have.
I've never. Okay.
You're going to read like 2 pages and then I'll read 2 pages.
Right. Wow. Story time. Here we go. Once upon a time.
Wait, is this a kid's book? Okay. It's a kid's book.
Yay! Once upon a time, there lived an emperor who spent all his money on new clothes.
Oh, wait. This sounds so familiar.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, go.
His only ambition in life was to be well dressed. That's not a bad ambition, but it shouldn't be your only ambition. Nothing in his life was more important to him. Problem. Okay, sorry, I'm going to stop doing that now. The village where he lived was a happy place. It was visited by many strangers from all parts of the world. One day, 2 swindlers came to the village and said that they could make the finest and most beautiful cloth ever imagined. Clothes, they said, made from our special cloth would be visible only to those who were wise and smart. Clothes would be invisible to anyone who was dumb or not fit for his royal office.
Wait, I'm going to make a projection here.
Okay.
The emperor's going to get in trouble for something.
What do they call it? Hypothesis.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, I don't know. Whatever.
I like projection better.
Okay.
Go.
That must be wonderful cloth, thought the emperor. If I were dressed in a suit made from special cloth, I would be able to find out which of my servants is not fit to serve me. Then I would know who is clever and who is dumb. I must have this cloth woven for me right away. The emperor gave a large sum of money to the swindlers so that they would start making the wonderful cloth immediately. They set up 2 looms and pretended to be very hard at work making the special fabric. Intriguing. Okay. They asked for the finest silk thread and the most precious gold thread to make the cloth. But they hid the threads and worked at the empty looms, pretending to make the special cloth, working late into the night.
Sheesh, that's dedication.
I know, what the heck?
For faking, they should have just made it.
Right? With all that hour spent. Okay. I would like to know how the weavers are doing with the cloth, thought the emperor. He remembered that whoever was not fit for his office would be able to see the cloth. He believed he had nothing to fear, but thought it would be best to send somebody else first to see how the special weave looked. Okay, so go send your people to do your work, basically is what this guy's doing. Everyone in the village knew what a special quality the cloth possessed and were eager to see it. I will send my honest old minister to the weavers, thought the emperor. He can judge best how the cloth looks, for he is smart. Go, your turn. Sorry, y'all. I'm not the best reader. Okay, go on. I'm really good at reading in my head, but not apparently out loud. Okay, go.
Where did you end off?
Right here. Oh my, he thought.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah.
Oh
Wait.
my. Okay.
Yeah, I did. Okay,
Good
go
job,
on.
Guys. Okay. Oh my, he thought, and opened his eyes wide. I cannot see anything, but he decided to say nothing at all. Both swindlers asked him to come closer, so that he could see the beautiful patterns and colors pointing to the empty looms. The old minister tried his very best, but he could not see anything because there was nothing to be seen. Oh dear, he thought. Oh, because they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I dumb? No one must know that I am unable to see the cloth. One of the swindlers said, well, have you got nothing to say? He was pretending to be busily weaving. Oh, it is very beautiful, come on, guy. The old minister replied, looking through his glass. What a beautiful pattern! What brilliant colors! I will tell the emperor that I like the cloth very much. He caved.
Oh,
That was peer pressure.
he caved. We call that a snowflake.
Okay. The two weavers said, "We are pleased to hear that," and then continued to talk about the beautiful pattern and beautiful colors. The minister listened closely so that he might tell the emperor what they said, and that he did. The swindlers then asked for more money, silk, and gold thread, which they needed for weaving the magnificent cloth. They kept everything for themselves and continued to pretend to work at the empty looms. I have an idea of maybe where this is going.
Okay, keep on going.
Soon afterward, the emperor sent a second honest royal servant to the weavers to see how they were doing and see if the cloth was almost finished. He's going to cave too.
Uh-oh. I'm predicting a pattern.
Like the old minister, he looked and looked but could not see anything since there was really nothing to be seen. The two swindlers, pointing to the cloth that did not exist, asked, "Is this not a beautiful piece of cloth?" The old servant did not see anything and did not want to appear dumb, so he expressed his joy at the beautiful colors and fine pattern. He later told the emperor it was a very beautiful, wonderful cloth.
So basically, they're all lying.
Because they don't want to look stupid or dumb.
Wow.
Can we say backbone?
Can we say rhino? Okay, go on.
Everybody in the whole village talked about the precious cloth. Wait just a second. 20 years from now,
Yeah.
rhino is going to be, I believe, an everyday vocabulary word that we say to represent people who are liars and two-faced.
Oh my gosh.
I'm projecting that.
Let's see if it happens. 20 years from now.
At last, the emperor wished to see the cloth himself. With several royal servants, including the two who had already been there, he went to the two clever swindlers, who now pretended to work as hard as they could, but without using any thread. The two royal servants, who had been there before, said, "Isn't it magnificent? Your Majesty must admire the colors and the pattern." Then they pointed to the empty looms, for they thought the others could see the cloth. "Well, what is it?" thought the emperor. "I don't see anything at all. This is terrible. Am I dumb? Am I not fit to be emperor? That would be the worst thing that could happen to me." Oh my gosh. Everybody's falling underneath, we'll call it this, the dumb. They're trying not to be dumb, but they're literally being dumb
by
caving.
Okay. Turning to the weavers, he said, "Your cloth has our most gracious approval." Nodding contentedly, he looked at the empty looms, which is hilarious because he doesn't see anything. Anyway, he did not want to say that he saw nothing. There you go. All of this
So he doesn't want to admit the truth.
He doesn't want to admit the truth.
For fear of looking dumb.
Oh, that sounds so familiar.
Or for fear of being called, I'm going to say, is this supposed to relate to like today's times? Or for fear of being called racist or homophobe
or white supremacist.
Or like you hate people because, or a murderer because you won't wear a mask.
Or just simply because you're a conservative. That's it.
Yep.
So sad. Okay. All of his attendants who were with him looked, and although they could not see anything, they said, like the emperor, "It is very beautiful." Oh my gosh, they're all hypocrites. It's so awful. Okay. They all advised are they hypocrites?
No, they're stupid.
They're just dumb. They're just lying. Peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
They have no backbone.
They're fear of man.
That's true. They all advised the emperor to wear a wonderful new suit made from the special weave.
Oh my gosh, is he gonna go out naked?
At a great procession, which was soon to take place. This is not good, y'all. This should not be a children's book. Okay. The night before the procession was to take place, the swindlers pretended to work through the night. Wow, they are some dedicated people. All right. That sounds like some people I know that act like they're doing a lot of stuff, but they're really not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like the DNC.
Or all of Congress.
Yeah. The government in general. Okay. So the people in the village saw that they were very busy, finishing the emperor's new suit. The impostors pretended to take the cloth from the loom, and they worked about it in the air with big scissors.
Oh my God.
Dedicated. They sewed with needles but no thread, and said, "At last, the emperor's new suit is now ready."
I totally thought of the Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
The emperor and all his barons then came to the hall. The swindlers held their arms up as if they held something in their hands and said, "These are the trousers." This is so not going to go well. "And this is the coat. Here is the cloak. They are all as light as a cobweb, and one would feel as if he had nothing on at all. That is the beauty of them.
Oh,
And
this is a mask.
This is, oh
This
my
is a
gosh.
mask.
It's a false security blanket.
Okay, go.
Thinking you look one way and protected, or not protected, but
Or
just
that you're wearing something, but in reality,
does nothing.
it does nothing.
Okay. Indeed, said all of the royal servants, but they could not see anything because there was nothing to be seen. If your majesty would graciously undress, said the swindlers, we will assist your majesty in putting on the new suit in front of the large mirror. They are
Oh
setting
my
this man up to
gosh.
fail.
The emperor.
Yeah. The emperor undressed, and the swindlers pretended to put the new suit on him one piece at a time, as the emperor looked at himself in the mirror from every single side. The emperor's barons all said...
for those who aren't watching us on YouTube or Rumble, my mouth is open.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm doing
It's
a lot
just
of
dropping.
glances. I'm doing a lot of like, what? Okay. They all said how well they look, how well they fit. What a wonderful pattern. What fine colors. This is magnificent suit of clothes. So they're all lying again. The master of ceremonies announced that the bearers of the royal canopy were ready for the emperor's procession. I am ready, said the emperor.
Oh.
My new suit fits me marvelously. He turned once more to the mirror so people would think he admired his new suit.
Oh my gosh. Somebody help the
This
man.
poor guy. The royal servants trusted to carry the emperor's train. Oh gosh. Emperor's train stretched their hands to the ground as if to lift a train and pretended to hold something in their hands. They did not want the people to know that they could not see anything. So everybody's in on it.
Well, no.
Not everybody's in on it.
The swindlers are in on it.
But everybody else is willing to play the game to avoid looking dumb. Avoid being the odd man out. Avoid being the black sheep in the group.
The one that speaks up. Nobody wants to be that person.
My gosh. This is 2020 in a nutshell.
This
and
is
currently,
2021.
This is the past, wow.
This is the decade of 20s.
The emperor marched in the procession under the canopy, and all who saw him... Oh, wait, did I say that already? I think I said that. Oh, well, whatever. They said how well it fits him. What a long train he has. No one wished to let others know he saw nothing because they would
then he would be considered unfit or too dumb.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Never were the emperor's new clothes more admired. But he has nothing at all, said a little child.
Leave it to the innocent child to spoil. Or not to spoil, but to say the truth.
Speak the truth.
Always. They don't care. They don't know any better.
The people all whispered to each other what the child had said. He has nothing on at all. The emperor heard what they said. He now realized he did not have a special suit on at all. The people of the village are being honest, and they are right. Conservatives. But I must hold my head up high, clear to the end of the procession. No, you don't. You need to get underneath a blanket, cover yourself up, and admit that you were wrong.
Hey, that's fine.
You need to take off the mask. Don't wait till the mask mandate's up and take it off.
Mm-hmm.
Admit that you're being played and move on.
We did it. The very, very beginning.
All right.
We were swindled.
The royal servants walked with him with greater dignity, still pretending to carry the emperor's train that did not exist at all.
You've got to be kidding me. Well, that's the end of the story. What an intriguing way to end. That is so sad because that's literally what's happening. When was this book even written?
Yeah.
Years and years and years ago.
Okay. It's from Hans Christian Andersen. He's an author from Denmark.
Yep.
He was born in 1805, 200 years ago.
Over 200.
He was poor, but he still managed to get a good education. He not only wrote The Emperor's New Clothes, but he also wrote The Little Mermaid.
Don't you remember that name? I'm kind of sad that you don't remember that name.
Hans Christian?
Yeah.
Andersen?
Anyway, the point is, wow, Patriot Mom definitely chose a great book to read.
Wait, can we just talk about that?
Yeah,
Even
that's what I'm saying.
1800 years ago, they understood the art of swindling and the art of going along with, what do they call that? There is a phrase that
being swindled. That's what I say. Swindled.
But being so afraid of what others think about you that you will go along with something that goes directly against your belief.
I believe it has to do with social media. Since social media was...
In 2020.
Right, but since social media was introduced, what is it, 15, 20, not 20 years ago, but like a long time ago, the culture and the world has changed so drastically where we have become not only an instant gratification type of culture, but we become a culture that says, I need to fit in.
No, I have a question.
Whoa, what do you mean no?
This book was written in the 1800s and they didn't have social media.
I
So
know.
this isn't a new thing.
No, I know. No, duh.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that now the reason why nobody's standing up versus then where there
Nobody stood up.
right, but there was still a good ending.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying eventually
good
somebody
prevails.
stood up, but what I'm saying now is I think because we have social media, it's even harder to stand up, which is why there's such a
Maybe.
clash.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a clash then in the story, duh.
Right.
But I'm saying now, current times, it's harder for people to be like, actually, I'm going to be different. Because you don't want to be, nobody wants to be different. They want to be different. They want to be unique, but they don't really want that. They want to be included.
I think it's really important, and this is such a I didn't know what to expect. I knew that it related to 2020 in some way, but this is exactly what we talk about a lot. It's with the mask.
It's so with the mask.
When you first saw it, when people were saying to wear a mask, you thought it was odd. You questioned it. Majority of Americans did. And then what happened? Everybody just went along with it. And what do we have March 13th is like basically when all hell broke loose in this country.
Practically.
That's like 2 weeks away. We're literally almost 2 weeks away. Oh no.
It's like a month away.
A month away. Wow. What day is it?
I was going to say, that's...
It's a little less than a month away.
And here we are.
And because we've become so swindled into believing that it's actually doing something, that we're actually wearing clothes like the emperor and that he's this magical thing, this magical piece of clothing,
we don't
or this magical thing that protects you, when in reality, it does not. And we've been... Good job, the Patriot Mom. This is good. So that...
Go read the book. Go find a kid. Grab your neighbors. Grab your sister's kid.
Or just read it yourself.
And go enjoy that book because, wow. And then go tell someone to read it because, wow. Okay. Eye-opening. That's crazy how applicable it is to today.
It's called The Emperor's New Clothes. And I'll leave you with this. Be the kid in the story who sees the wrong and calls it out and stands up for what's really happening.
For what? Rising up?
Standing tall.
And fighting back with truth?
What a thought.
What a thought. That's exactly what I was going to say.
You know, when we came up with that phrase, like in the very beginning, little did we know that would be our thing.
I know.
So you guys got this. Be the kid. Stand up and fight back. And not even fight back, just be okay to be the quote-unquote dumb one.
Because when you are the person that's standing up with truth because you notice the truth and you're the one with actual wisdom because you're standing up, you're going to create a movement. People also often think, oh, I need a following. Oh, I need to have a platform. No, your platform's called your life. That is your platform. And that's a platform only you get to stand on. I don't get to go and reach the people that you get to reach. We all have different types of groups of people we have a field of favor in to reach.
And we need to stop being afraid of being called a name, being called dumb. If someone wants to call you dumb,
whatever.
Who cares?
Whatever.
If someone wants to call you a racist or that you hate humanity or you're not a real Christian,
whatever. Thank God you're being persecuted. That's biblical.
Because you're standing up for something. So this is really cool.
Oh, what a great book. Highly recommend. Cute little thing. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. As always, listening for those that are on podcast versus Rumble, or YouTube. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So make sure you go to thepatriotsisters.org/email. Sign up for emails. We have fun stuff coming out in the future, and you'll definitely want to check that out and be the first to know when it drops. That's all I'm going to say.
Also, I want to give a quick shout out. It's one of the cool things this podcast platform allows us to do, and it's in the description on Spotify if you're listening. It actually allows monthly support, which is really crazy. I didn't even know it really did that until some sweet, sweet girl started doing that, and I'm going to find her name to give her a little special shout out. But really cool.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. No, honestly, the amount of... just like support, y'all, Can I
Leanne.
Can I?
Thanks, Leanne.
Yeah, Leanne. Thank you.
And then also there's ability to leave us little voice memos also.
Love listening to those.
If you want more information and to access that, it's for free, of course, the voice memos.
Yeah.
Go to thepatriotsisters.org/podcast. Check that out. We love you guys. Don't forget to rise up,
stand tall,
and fight back with truth.
As always, we'll see you in the next one.